I still remember that moment so clearly. The clinic was silent. I held the prescription for new glasses, looked into the doctor's eyes and asked, "Is there any way to improve my vision without having to keep changing glasses?" He just gave a faint smile and said, "At your age, this is normal." Normal? Then, why did it feel like I was losing the world? Each line of text growing blurry, every bright light stabbing my eyes, every moment watching my grandchild's smile turning into a blur I couldn't truly see. And then, one day I came across a tiny study, very small. It was never mentioned on TV, not seen in ads, and no doctor ever brought it up. It didn't talk about medicine. It didn't talk about surgery. It talked about seeds. Tiny seeds, almost forgotten. Cheap. Easy to find. But inside them was a quiet power, strong enough to change the entire journey of vision aging. And this is the part that sent chills down my spine. More than 90% of seniors lose vision year after year, not because of age, but because of nutrient deficiency. No one told them that. No pharmaceutical company profits from you eating seeds. No one advertises what can't be bottled and sold at a high price. But today, you'll hear it all. I'm about to share with you 7 types of seeds, scientifically proven to thicken the macula of the retina, reduce inflammation, improve blood circulation to the eyes, protect the optic nerve from age-related degeneration, and all of it is right there in your kitchen. No need to change your whole life. Just add one small thing each morning, one tiny spoon, one small habit, but the impact, a whole world coming back into clear focus. So before we begin, tell me, how old are you and where are you watching this from? My team and I are reading and replying to every comment. And if you need help, we're here for you. Are you ready? Let's start with seed number 7, a seed so small that many people throw it away without knowing. It might just be the key to seeing everything clearly again. A seed that seems ordinary but serves as the first gatekeeper, protecting your eyes from the darkness of aging. It is pumpkin seeds. Maybe you've tasted them before or seen others nibble them as a snack. But few people know that inside those small green seeds lies a treasure trove of micronutrients that nourish the retina. If you've ever experienced dry eyes, blurry vision at night, or pain from bright lights, chances are you're lacking an essential mineral, zinc. And pumpkin seeds are one of the richest natural sources of zinc on the planet. Zinc isn't just for immunity or wound healing. It's crucial for transporting vitamin A to the retina. Without enough zinc, your eyes can't produce melanin, the pigment that protects against blue light, sunlight, and internal degeneration. In just 28 grams, about one small handful of pumpkin seeds, there are up to 7 milligrams of zinc. That's not all. They also contain vitamin E to reduce inflammation, and lutein, a natural compound shown to slow down macular degeneration. A 2018 study with over 1,000 older adults found that simply increasing lutein and zinc intake regularly reduced age-related vision loss by up to 25% over 5 years. So how should you eat them? Don't roast at high temperatures. Don't add salt. Just soak overnight, lightly dehydrate at low heat, or eat raw with yogurt, oatmeal, or blend into smoothies. If whole seeds are hard for you to digest, try pumpkin seed butter. Easy to absorb and super convenient. 1 or 2 spoonfuls a day. Not too much. Just enough for your eyes to know you're taking care of them with the best nature has to offer. Now on to seed number 6, a seed you might have forgotten in your spice drawer, not knowing it's your eye's powerful ally after every meal. It's fennel seeds. Have you noticed? Fennel seeds contain strong anti-inflammatory compounds like flavonoids, vitamin C, and especially anethole, a substance that reduces eye swelling, increases tear production, and improves blood flow to the retina. A 2020 study on animals with glaucoma showed that just 2 weeks of fennel seed extract reduced retinal damage by over 30% and significantly improved blood flow to the eyes. That means it not only makes your eyes feel more comfortable after meals, but also soothes the tiny capillaries behind your pupils. The first places to get damaged when you have diabetes or high blood pressure. How to use it? Just 1 teaspoon of dried fennel seeds. steeped in hot water after meals, a small cup of tea, lightly fragrant and easy to drink, or simpler, chew them raw after meals. They freshen your breath, ease your stomach, and nourish your eyes. You don't need to feel the difference immediately, but after a short while you'll see it clearly. Less glare when reading at night, less strain when looking at your phone, and eyes that shine a little brighter, like they're finally breathing again. Then comes seed number 5. A seed so familiar that you've probably eaten it without realizing you were missing a chance to preserve your vision for the years ahead. Sunflower seeds. Sounds familiar, right? But the problem is, most people only eat salted, roasted sunflower seeds. And that process strips away the best part. In their raw, unsalted form, sunflower seeds are one of the strongest natural sources of vitamin E, a crucial antioxidant that protects the retina from light damage and free radicals. Research from the U.S. National Eye Institute shows that when vitamin E is combined with other micronutrients like zinc, selenium, and copper, the risk of macular degeneration progression drops by 25% in high-risk individuals. These trace minerals also help strengthen retinal tissue, maintain lens clarity, and reduce broken capillaries that can cause blurry or flashing vision. A handful of sunflower seeds a day, about 28 grams, can provide nearly half the vitamin E you need. Just mix them into yogurt, smoothies, or grind them over morning oatmeal. Remember, only use raw, unsalted seeds. You're not just eating for today, you're laying the foundation for your vision over the next 5 years. Next up, seed number 4. Chia seeds. Small, round, jet black. When soaked in water, they swell into a smooth gel. But behind that simple reaction is a quiet healing process for your eyes. If you often experience blurry vision after meals, difficulty adjusting to light changes, or dryness like your eyes are dehydrated, your blood sugar may be fluctuating, and your body might be lacking the essential fats your retina needs. Chia seeds offer a double solution. On one hand, they provide plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, ALA, the precursor your body uses to make DHA. DHA is the primary structural fat in the retina, making up nearly 60% of photoreceptor cells in your eyes. Without DHA, the retina thins, light sensitivity decreases, and macular degeneration progresses faster. On the other hand, when soaked in water, chia seeds create soluble fiber that slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and retains hydration. 3 critical factors for eye health, especially for seniors or those with diabetes. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Ophthalmology revealed seniors with high levels of DHA in their diets had a 38% lower risk of macular degeneration compared to those with lower intake. You don't need anything complicated, just 1 to 2 teaspoons of chia seeds soaked overnight. The next morning you can stir them into a smoothie, yogurt, or make a simple pudding. Soft, cool, easy to eat, and more importantly, easy to absorb. Your eyes don't need you to feel anything dramatic right away, but day by day they're being nourished from the inside, quietly and effectively. Now let's move on to seed number 3, a seed used for thousands of years in traditional medicine, but now recognized by modern science as a natural remedy for intraocular pressure and age-related eye fatigue. Its name is black seed, also known as nigella or black cumin seed. At first glance, it looks like a spice sprinkled on bread, but inside this tiny seed lies a powerful compound, timaquinone, renowned for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. What does that mean for your eyes? A lot, especially for those dealing with elevated intraocular pressure, one of the silent culprits behind optic nerve damage and glaucoma. A study published in the evidence-based Complementary and Alternative Medicine Journal showed just 6 weeks of using black seed oil reduced intraocular pressure by an average of 24% in high-risk individuals. But that's not all. Black seed also improves blood flow to the eyes by boosting nitric oxide production, a compound that dilates blood vessels and delivers oxygen and nutrients to the retina more efficiently. And the best part? You don't need much. Just half a teaspoon of black seed oil mixed with warm water and a little honey taken in the morning. Or if using whole seeds, you can chew them raw or lightly sprinkle them on roasted vegetables, soups, or porridge. The key is consistency. Many seniors who regularly took black seed reported less eye strain, sharper vision in the evening, and reduced dryness. Not magic, just your body receiving the right support, in the right way, at the right time. And now we arrive at seed number 2, a tiny golden seed, gently aromatic, often seen in curry dishes, but rarely recognized as the key to preserving your vision as you age. Fenugreek seed. It may sound unfamiliar, but it's actually one of the oldest seeds used in traditional medicine to treat diabetes, improve digestion, and nourish the blood. But few know that fenugreek is a silent warrior in retinal protection, especially for older adults with high blood sugar or a history of afternoon vision blurring. If you've ever felt your vision grow blurry after 3 p.m., struggled to focus on small details, or noticed slight redness in your eyes after a long day, it's likely that the tiny blood vessels in your eyes are being damaged by glycation, a process where excess blood sugar binds to proteins, warping them over time. And this damage happens silently, until it's too late. Fenugreek can help reverse that process. It's rich in special compounds like galactomannan and trigonelin, known to stabilize blood sugar, reduce oxidative stress, and protect retinal tissue from microvascular damage. A 2021 study in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences found that daily fenugreek supplementation reduced blood sugar by up to 30% and significantly lowered oxidative stress levels in the retina. That's not just a number. That's thousands of photoreceptor cells saved. That's a pair of eyes given more time. Additionally, fenugreek contains lutein, a key compound for absorbing blue light and reducing the effects of sunlight and artificial light on the macula. How to use it? Surprisingly simple. Soak 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in a cup of water overnight. The next morning, drink the water and chew the remaining seeds. They're slightly bitter, but it's the bitterness of medicine, the bitterness of healing. You can also lightly roast and grind them into powder, then mix into soups, stews, or evening porridge. But if you can handle the natural pungency, the soaked version is the most effective. After a few weeks, you may feel less eye fatigue when working under artificial light, no more afternoon blurriness, and most noticeably, you might read small print more clearly, as if your own lenses had just been wiped clean. And finally, we reach seed number 1, a seed that doesn't make a strong first impression. No strong aroma, no striking flavor, no bold color. But it is the most powerful seed for protecting your eyes from degeneration, blurriness, and the slow fading of light with age. Its name is flaxseed, small, rustic, often overlooked, mostly known for its effects on digestion, heart health, and cholesterol. But few realize that flaxseed is the strongest ally for senior eye health. This is not advertising. This is backed by clinical studies, real patients, and real eyes. Eyes that once blurred with age and then saw clearly again, thanks to one astonishingly simple change. The reason lies in an essential fatty acid called ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. Flaxseed contains the highest amount of ALA among all plant-based seeds. ALA is the raw material your body needs to produce DHA, the most critical structural fat in the retina. Without enough DHA, your retina starts to thin. Your eyes struggle to distinguish contrast. Bright lights become painful. You find it harder to read newspapers, see small text, or recognize loved ones from afar. And then, everything begins to blur. No pain, no warning. Just light, quietly slipping away from your life. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed older adults who consumed adequate ALA had up to a 40% lower risk of macular degeneration compared to those with low intake. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between a future where you still see clearly and a world gradually fading into shadows. But there's one important thing you need to know. Whole flax seeds are nearly indigestible. You could eat a handful and absorb nothing, unless you grind them. So always use freshly ground flaxseed, ideally ground at home and consumed immediately or stored in the fridge to preserve freshness. Just 1 tablespoon a day. Mix it into yogurt, oatmeal, smoothies, or sprinkle over soups and stews. Never cook it at high heat, as the delicate oils inside are easily oxidized. Use it consistently, patiently, and your eyes will feel the difference. Less strain after long reading, less dryness by the end of the day, less blurriness when facing harsh light. Not overnight, but after a few weeks, a few months, there will come a day when you realize, wow, I'm not squinting like I used to. You'll see clearer, lighter, brighter. 7 seeds, 7 small steps to protect your inner light. But now you may be wondering, do I have to eat all 7 seeds every day? Do I need 7 separate meals? And the answer is absolutely not. You don't need a complicated meal plan, just one simple breakfast that combines all 7 seeds. Easy to make, delicious, and most importantly, easy to stick with. Now that you know these 7 incredible seeds, and if you're like me when I first learned about them, you're probably thinking, sounds great, but how on earth do I eat all of that? How can I remember to use 7 different things each day? Do I need to split them across 7 meals? Carry a bag of seeds everywhere I go? This is when the truth flips your expectations. You don't need 7 meals. You don't need 7 recipes. You don't need to overthink it. All you need is a spoon, a small bowl, and a simple, delicious breakfast. Powerful enough to nourish your retina, optic nerve, and eye blood vessels every single day. Sounds impossible? Wait until you see how this comes together. Start with the foundation, plain Greek yogurt or kefir. Not only is it a natural source of probiotics for better digestion, it also contains healthy fats, essential for absorbing fat-soluble nutrients like lutein, vitamin E, and ALA from the seeds you're about to add. Now add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed, the retina's guardian, 1 teaspoon of chia seeds soaked overnight to hydrate the eyes and stabilize blood sugar, 1-2 teaspoon of black seeds to lower intraocular pressure and boost circulation, 1 teaspoon of soaked fenugreek seeds to manage blood sugar and reduce retinal inflammation, a pinch of raw sunflower seeds for vitamin E and essential minerals, 1 spoonful of pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc and lutein, and finally, a few fennel seeds to support microcirculation and ease dryness. Mix it all into your yogurt or kefir. If you like a bit of natural sweetness, add a few slices of ripe mango or some blueberries, both rich in eye-protecting antioxidants. And that's it. A simple breakfast, but far from ordinary. You've just turned a bowl of food into a complete nutritional shield for aging eyes. Each spoonful is more than just nourishment. It's a message to your eyes. I haven't forgotten you. I still want you to see clearly for many more years. And the beauty is, you don't need to wait until your eyesight deteriorates. You can take action, starting tomorrow, starting with your first meal. Now that you know how, the only question is, will you do it? Because if you don't, here's something most people never realize in time. There's something no one likes to say out loud, but you need to hear it, and it's better to hear it now. If you do nothing, if you think, I'll start tomorrow, or it's not that bad yet, then I'm sorry to tell you this. Your vision will continue to decline, not because you're unlucky, not because you're older than others, but because you didn't act when the opportunity was right in front of you. Over 90% of seniors are slowly losing their light, every year, bit by bit, and the tragedy is, they have no idea it's happening. At first, they just need a brighter lamp to read, then colors blur in the late afternoon. Then they stop driving at night. They stop seeing their grandchild smile clearly. They stop recognizing who's calling them from across the street. Everything fades, but there's no warning, no siren, just light slipping away like a forgotten memory. And suddenly, you find yourself living in a world that's half dark. You lose your independence. You lose your confidence. You begin to shrink away from crowds, from conversations, from family photos, because you no longer see clearly enough to connect with the world. I know that feeling. I watched a loved one go from needing reading glasses to blindness in one eye in just 3 years. No accident, no sudden shock. Just no one ever told her that eyes need nourishment too, just like the heart, liver, and bones. She thought, I eat normally, I take my meds. Why is this happening? And I held back tears watching her try to read her son's message under the flashlight of her phone. Do you know the most heartbreaking part? It's not the loss of vision. It's knowing it could have been prevented, but wasn't. Right now, you're at a crossroads. One path, continue as usual. Let the body handle it and hope for a miracle. The other path, start with one breakfast, one spoonful, one loving choice for yourself. Both lead to the future, but only one will bring you to a future where you still see clearly, still read the books you love, still recognize the people who walk into the room. Which path will you choose? You're still here. You've made it through this entire journey, and that says something very clear. You're not like most people. You didn't give up halfway. You didn't turn away from the truth just because it was hard to hear. And most importantly, you're choosing to change. And that is the biggest difference between those who let time steal their vision and those who decide to hold on to their light for another 5, 10, or 20 years. No one's saying you have to be perfect. You don't need to start all 7 seeds tomorrow. You don't have to overhaul your diet. You don't need to buy anything expensive. You just need to start with one small thing. A spoon of ground flaxseed in yogurt. A spoon of soaked chia seeds in your morning drink. A few pumpkin seeds sprinkled over porridge. Any one of them. Pick one. Do it consistently. Then a week later, add the second. Then the third. No pressure, no rush. Just you and your eyes. Walking a new path together. You're not dieting. You're rebuilding your vision. One spoon, one day at a time. Now imagine one day, not far from now. You wake up, no more heaviness in your eyes. You look in the mirror and see more light in your gaze. You read the paper without turning on extra lights. You see your grandchild smile and feel every bit of that moment. And you know without a doubt, you did that. Not a drug, not luck. Just an ordinary person making the right choice at the right time, which is now. So let me ask just one question. Which seed will you start with this week? Write it in the comments below. Tell us your age and where you're watching from. We read every message, every story, and if you need help, need advice, need a guiding hand, we're here. Because this channel isn't just about health, it's about hope, about taking action, about refusing to let life fade away just because someone says, that's just aging. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe. Next week, we'll be back with something even more surprising, but just as simple and practical. But for now, and stand up, go to the kitchen. Look at that jar of seeds you've walked past so many times, and this time you'll see them differently, because now you know they could save the light in your life.